Sure. Time is to less sex, time is to less flex. Time is to less sex. Time is to less, time is good. Time is from I'm F to stood out on a text. Do that sometimes. Do that sometimes. Do that sometimes. Do that sometimes. Yeah. Do that sometimes.
Got me a pretty fatty mommy. I ain't gonna wear too strong alone. I hope these I'm gonna want me. Baby, I'm in a shit. Come and tell I'm guy. Tiny stool, some sexy kiss, like a money. Can't honestly, Nanza Bamba since the season. Kaloka usostulu tena utando basi kitchen. For it and down as it feelings. Ramazan, I'm sorry, I was alone kweli shishi. When the feet on is big out na mabele. I was alone pass no ma fete fete. Nala ngisinga tudalo ele ele. Kundi chere hote baba jege bele bele.
Time is to less sex, time is to less flex. Time is to less sex. Time is to less, time is good. Time to try me, I'm FC stood out on a text. Do that sometimes. Do that sometimes. Do that sometimes.
Oh.
Do that sometimes. Do that sometimes.
Uncle Khawu major.
Time is to less sex, time is to less flex. Time is to less sex. Time is to less, time is good. Time to try me, I'm FC stood out on a text. Do that sometimes. Do that sometimes. Do that sometimes. Do that sometimes. Do that sometimes.
Oh yes, sitshilo ke phaa isidudla somdanso. Sitshilo phana ke isidudla somdanso phana uMajor ehamba no-April Young noGaffy kunye no-MKRSA. Yeah, man, Gaffy signed under, I think, Major, I'm not sure about that, but they are signed under Asanda. Yes, the song is made by Asanda Empire. So Major is signed under Asanda Empires. Yes, Asanda Empires ke when I'm doing is it's a good day, man. Yeah, sorry about that, you know. Hey, I boy, koi. Look at this. Nobanje ukhona moya okhoyo wena mawoyi ke namhlanje ndithi mandikubulise emva kwemini ixesha alibalekanga ixesha because le nto you can hear it anytime, probably ekuseni uvuka yayiva wena mntu ungenileyo apha eBunny Cafe uzosifumanela izincamnce okanye uzosifumanela into eya phantsi kwempumlo, mhlawumbi ubethwa liphango okanye ubethwa liphunga. Xhomekekile kuwe ke uba yintoni ekuzise ngeneno. Sithi ke ngaloo magama sibulele sithi uzuphinda ubuye, please do call again. Yes, and with that being said, so namhlanje ke sizawube sihleli sipholile Njengoba ubona nawe i-atmosphere izipholele, sometimes iyavujuza umoya, sometimes ilanga liqatha, sometimes kuna imvula, sometimes liyabalela. Kodwa ke noba yiphi weather namhlanje, hlala wena nam ndihlale nawe, ndiza kubalisela ke izinto ezininzi. Kodwa ke into ebalulekileyo ndizawumane ndikudlalela naye nomculo now and again. So ke hlala nam ulindele ukokonwatyuba ndim lo. Alright, singalibazanga maseko ke Fondidi, siphinde sijonge enye ingoma phana, then sizobuya ke siyiqale ishow yanamhlanje. Kunintsi sizawuthatsha naphana kwi-politics, sitatshe current affairs nezinto ezenzekayo apha ekuhlaleni, nakuMzantsi Afrika ngobubanzi kunye nelizwe liphela, ngoba kaloku kuyafuneka singabantu sizijongile ezi zinto. Into ezifana nopolitiko, ngoba uthanda ungathandi ziyasi-affecta. They do affect us a great deal. So if wena uyokhetha ukuba ignorant, iyakubetha loo nto. But ke fortunately enough uzile ke apha ecafe, so ke uyazivela nawe ke ezi zinto sobe sithetha ngazo apha. Mfondini, ke besiqhuba kweli icala. Emculweni Mfondini sihamba naye ke phaa inkosi yamaNdebele. Yes. Ehamba nontanga bayo phaa esithi the hottest eKapa.
She told me she did toss away, turning goals. We stepping on next, inyawo zigcwele guns. I know it's funny feature, kani zindosi, your fingers very rapper like turning goals. She told me she did toss away, turning goals. We stepping on next, inyawo zigcwele guns. I know it's funny feature, kani zindosi, your fingers very rapper like turning goals. Follow me shamba where she singing in the club, bitch. Nandelemba kwami kutheni nolutole happy. Ngeke ndekuzam cause ngoba ngikere khathi. Mina wenza iplan, you know we niggas feel like wealthy. Swapite kwaqona ufuna uzama uplan B. Case uzane-girls, call already find a shady. Keneza ngine-best, ajonga iphila ndenza i-sales. Ndabasana-idate, location like this, jonga uqinaya kathithi. The hottest eKapa, thought it was an accident. Nyamalala 6 months, now I'm back again. Been in 36 months, now I'm gone again. She said me she goes away, turning goals. We stepping on next, inyawo zigcwele guns. I know it's funny feature, kani zindosi. Your fingers very rapper na iconic, turning goals. She told me she just goes away, turning goals. We stepping on next, inyawo zigcwele guns. I know it's funny feature, kani zindosi. Your fingers very rapper na iconic, turning goals. I go Sagazogi, still taking steps, I'm 40. Ops, I got bully, can it copy? Little bit surprised about what's caught up all in notes, but I know who you lemba. Probably write this song, let's take it back to when you kid yo. Why but trying to sing, I take care of the physio. He has Balikis, you understand, but who's the star boy? And the Kalo Caesar 2020 was a breather. Don't the white believer, yeah, I told him, but it goes away, but sound American, but it's always a cooler. One on the merchant, fuck, ever since the cooler. We live up with tents, but now to make them dance, you gotta make a band. She told me she did pass away. We stepping on next, inyawo zigcwele guns. I know it's funny feature, kani zindosi. Your fingers very rapper na iconic, turning goals. She told me she did pass away, turning goals. We stepping on next, inyawo zigcwele guns. I know it's funny feature, kani zindosi. Your fingers very rapper na iconic, turning goals.
Oh yeah, kuthiwa i-favorite rapper yakho nayo ikhona i-turning goals. Yeah man, that was inkosi yamaNdebele kodwa ayithethi isiXhosa. That's nice man, the hottest eKapa. Yes, siphume ke phana sibheke kweli cala sithi Fonini, make sijonge ukuba namhlanje sithini. Yo, South Africa, we are cooked. America is crashing out, Zimbabwe is respawning. Old problems. Government jets are apparently getting serviced by NPC companies, and Twitter lawyers are fighting harder than actual lawyers. Nah, man. Welcome to Power and Problems, the podcast where we ask, wait, so so this actually happened, and everyone just said, "I cool." Nah, the math is not mathing. Yeah, man, this is Ubani Kantondo. Hlala namhlanje nawe ke namhlanje ndiza kuphakela fanini and let me cook. And please do listen as I am going to break it down or serve it to you. Why am I saying we are cooked in South Africa? Yes, we are cooked indeed in South Africa. So yeah, my people, you gotta let people to know that we are here at Bunny Cafe, we're chilling, having everything all chilled and amazing. 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 I don't know which ad is that one. Oh, Amazing is the pizza company. Yes. I like the fact that they didn't think of the name and they went like the pizza company. But yeah, nonetheless, man, we won't be talking about competitors here, but yeah, the pizza company is the one that talks about Amazing. They saying if it's cold, then it's for free. They would get their delivery services that they are so fast that it will reach your house while it is still steaming. And the hotness would be shown or indicated by a label. There will be a sticker that is red and it changes to be black when the pizza is cold. So yeah, man. So as I said, South Africa, we are cooked as America is crashing out, Zimbabwe is restoring all problems, and government jets are being serviced by NPC companies. And then on Twitter, lawyers they are stronger than actual lawyers. Nah, man. So I would like to welcome you to Power and Problems. This segment of the podcast, it's where we ask, wait, so this actually happened, and everybody just moved on like it's normal. Nah, the math is not mathing. Grab your coffee, lock in, because today the streets are talking. Now, as I'm about to cook, I don't want you to rush. I want you to take a sip of your coffee. If you have ordered, just wait for your coffee. Our dedicated kitchen assistant slash waiter is going to assist you slash a teller because she's all in one. Whoever will be serving you today is all in one, but sometimes you may get that the whole team is around, which is good. Good for business so that we keep things moving and everyone is going to be served on time. Now, before we start with today's show, let's just listen to some of the music that we play here at the cafe. What's that? This one is specially made for the patrons of the cafe, of Bunny Cafe. Yeah.
Best service ever.
Welcome to Bunny Cafe. This is
Bunny Cafe, we don't play.
Bunny Cafe podcast with Bunny Gato.
Tranquility, peace, love, freedom, conversation.
Yeah, move your head as you wait for the waiter, as you wait for your order. You can move your head. Yo, what's that? I'll be back just after this song.
Bunny Cafe, we don't play. Tranquility, peace.
Oh yes, man. Sihleli nampana Bunny Kadondo apa Bunny Cafe podcast.
Bunny Cafe best 37.
Simamela umculo waseBunny Cafe namhlanje mfundini.
Bunny Cafe best 37. Bunny Cafe we don't play. Bunny Cafe we don't play. Don't leave me. Peace. Love. Oh, oh, freedom. Come and shot, 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 come and shot,
Oh, Bunny Cafe, best service ever. Yeah, man, Bupanam Tanzania MU10. You can pay us a visit, or Kanye, if you want to make an order, you can call or just leave a text on WhatsApp 079 6245 838. Ngakuphindelela yona ke wena mthungu ndivanga 079 6245 838. Inamba yaphana ke leyo eBunny Cafe. Wena mthi uzawuthi mhlawumbi ube nomdla wokutyelela phana usifikele apha ufika kwakho uzawubona ke nyhani le nto ithethwa apha kwezi ngoma yokuba best service ever. You will experience it firsthand because that's what they do here. They do nothing but they serve the best. So yeah, thank you man. Wena mntu uzolapha ngaphakathi uziphinde ubuye amanye amaxesha. When you feel like you need to come back, please do, because kaloku apha kuBunny Cafe siyakwamkela ngezandla ezishushu, ngezandla ezishushu kuphela kodwa nayo ikofu ikhona ishushu. Unga-order uyifumane ngoku usalindeleyo ube ujuxuza kulo mculo ndizabe kudlalela wona apha. Ndikudlalela mculo walapha eBunny Cafe kuphela ke uzikhumbule ukuba apha siyawuthanda umculo wonke nje cause ke umculo yinto emnandi. Elandelayo ke saqhuba nge-hip hop ke sibona sitshona kwecala lo mculo waseBunny Cafe siphinde sibuyele kwi-hip hop. Sino-bass ehamba noGafi apha besithi thanda bani okanye sithi thanda bani. Singene pha kubo ke xa sesibuya, then sithi dive deep a little bit kweziyana ke sithi power and problems. All of that comes with the politics. All right. Yeah, emva kwale ngoma ke sizobuya thethe ngeZimbabwe and farms. All right. When we come back, we are actually going to be talking about Zimbabwe and farms. So, what is happening in Zimbabwe, in the Zimbabwean farms, and apparently the Zimbabwean government just called back the guys that left Zimbabwe in 2000 when Mugabe was wanting the land of Zimbabwe back from them. Actually, he wanted them to share the land with the people of Zimbabwe, the natives, but they chose to leave Zimbabwe. They left it and they made Zimbabwe to suffer greatly, more especially economically. And a lot of people in Zimbabwe fled as well because the farmers, or yes, who then left, also a lot of stores were shut down, and a lot of other people because of the fear mongering. Well, because the time that the people were leaving Zimbabwe, why people were afraid that they might be, you know, attacked and all of that. They always think bad about black people, but black people never, they were never violent, even once. You can check their history. You can look at the history of around the world, the worst genocides that have been committed. Yes, I know in some of the countries there are leaders, there are groups, but they are not as fatal as what would the Western countries do to African countries, or what they have done or in the past. So we're not that hostile as they always refer to us as. So it's really amazing. And in many times we we tend to overlook such things, and we then get to have self-hate because we do not scrutinize such things. That, hey man, at the end of the day, we've been marginalized, we've been oppressed, we've been treated so badly, and yet we still allow people to come into our countries and use land as if it's theirs, you know, because you've never heard of any African nation. I don't care where is it coming from, any African tribe rather, because when saying tribe, then it's gonna make sense to people, because tribes are associated with Africa, whereas the whole world and other countries, all nations have tribes. But then let's say now, let's go into Europe and check there. Is there any black tribe or black clan, or rather a black nation or African nation, that is demanding and claiming land in Europe? You can even go to Russia. Yes, in America, they have a right to do so because they've been enslaved and they were given a lot of states, you know what I mean? A lot of land, and some towns and stuff like that, even though the American government has taken all of that back to the state's ownership. So, same similar thing now had happened in Zimbabwe, whereby the government was taking back the land to its people, and then it wanted to own the land. The land was owned by the state. In fact, the land in Zimbabwe, I think it is owned by the state, and the state is representing the population of Zimbabwe, the citizens of Zimbabwe. Therefore, automatically, the land is owned by Zimbabweans. So now Zimbabwe is returning 67 farms back to Europe owners under investment treaties. Guys, that's the only thing. That's the only scare they will come with whenever white people are being threatened. Maybe they feel threatened in any of the African countries, they will pull that trump card. And the trump card is, we are the investors won't have trust in your country if white people are no longer there. As if white people are the most trustworthy people, as if white people are the only people that we can trust in the world, and as if white people are not corrupt, as if white people are not scammers. Tell me about even the fact that whenever they're feeling threatened, and they will also threaten the country and say they will leave. Who really cares? Because honestly speaking, we would love seeing them leaving. And this time around, I don't feel like African economy depends on them in any case, in any sense. And if white people choose to leave, therefore, we will be left with our own land and prosper. But we will also need our governments to be, to have backbones. You know what I mean? Like to stand for us and be leaders by making it a point that they do trade amongst each other, and they make good deals that will uplift and empower the African nations if they may happen to be sanctioned by the whole world. And that would be very good because we would also stop trading with these other continents that are ripping us off, because that's what they are doing. You get that the trade is really not fair when it is compared to what it is supposed to be. Let's say, for instance, America is controlling all the tariffs that is posing against any country that is trading with. But which African country have you ever heard or has been loud about tariffs, that it is posing tariffs against these major countries? See? And so it is really doesn't make sense, because for me, economy, man, is moved by the number of the population. The the bigger than the population, the bigger the economy. I don't care what you say, because if the population is very small, and the population of a third world countries are very savvy. They're financial savvy. They don't just spend anyhow. They don't use a lot of things that will then compel them or need them to cough out money. They save rather than spending. But I don't know how are these other countries uh, prospering when their citizens are not spending, and yet African countries with billion of a billion of people, I think, and also India and also China. All of these places I've just mentioned, regions I just mentioned right now, they are the poorest in the world, and yet they are the ones that are moving the economy. The world economy is moved by people from these places, these regions, because they buy. Those people are spenders. They are uneducated spenders. I'm so sorry to put it like that, but to put it softly, they are irrational spenders or impulsive spenders. They don't care where the next cent is going to come from, but because they know that if they are hired or their hustle is popping, then they will go hard as much as they want. So Africans are big spenders. I don't know about Chinese. I don't know about Indians, but I know for sure Black Americans are also spenders. That is why America is also its economy is like that. It is moving because those people, as much as they are spenders, they are also workers. They may be having 2 to 3 jobs. See, where is all the money, the tax going? To the government. That's how the government gets to be so rich. But in other countries, like in Europe, even though Europe is the first world country, I don't believe people, the natives, people who are from Europe and the Europeans, I don't believe they are the ones who are moving the economy of Europe. But the foreigners who then go to reside in Europe are the ones who are making Europe buzz. So I don't understand why, when Europeans are feeling threatened in any country in Africa, they will then threaten the economy. They'll say the investors won't come. Who are these investors coming to? Because as I know, as a business person, you wouldn't invest, you wouldn't even dare bring your business in a place whereby there is no business. So these investors are investing in Africa because they know they are going to get returns. Why don't they invest in their own countries? Because they know it is too expensive to run a business in such countries, and here it's very easy. It's not costly, and plus the currency is weaker than theirs. So Africa is the ideal place for anyone who wants to loot uh, human labor, who wants to loot human resources, who wants to loot natural resources. This is the place to come. And also who wants to take advantage of the uneducated laws or unscrutinized laws or neglected laws of Africa, because the laws are in place, but the implementation is not there. So these people would rather you to come and make and do business in Africa and corrupt African governments so that they can cut costs on the taxation and what they really have to do for these African nations. They get to do nothing for them, but they get a lot to make a lot of profit out of Africa. So their investors are the ones who should be licking African toes, African people's toes, because we are the hardworking people in the world, right? And also the soil that we are standing on is also producing a lot that the world needs. And a lot of people are getting wealthy from the same soil and the same energy of the human resource of Africa. So, Africans, we should be bold and proud and very much radical when it comes to the economic business. We are the ones who are feeding these pockets of these people who are in the third world countries. If you may check, each and every person who is a billionaire is having a business in Africa or is extracting minerals that are making him rich wherever he is, cheaper or for free from here. And then they become rich. So Africa is a need to these people. We shouldn't be feeling bad when they are saying investors will run away. Who would, in a businessman's mind, go to a place that won't yield any profits? Why would you invest in a place where there won't be any profits? No one would plant on a ground or on a soil that won't yield any crops. They need us. We are the land that yields crops, you know, good crops too, that makes them rich. So I don't care what they say, what the Zimbabwean government is doing by returning the 67 farms back to Europeans. They don't know what they're doing, man. Instead of investing in in agriculture and also sending out the Zimbabwean youth to go and study in Europe farming if he trusts European farming, or take them to around the world, countries that are good in farming, and then they'll come back in 4 years. That's a good investment. It's not even a lot of it, because apparently I think he promised them like $1 trillion or something. See, that's a lot of money. Now, instead of doing that and investing in these people who are going to go there and loot, he should have, or the government should have invested in the youth and send them out there, learn agriculture, and then they come back aggressively and then give them resources. See, you won't even spend $1 trillion, and then they will change the country because now they have skills and hire the locals, and now the land is worked by the native, the rightful people. But now what's going to happen is the 67 farmers, obviously, they won't come with any workers. They'll just come with themselves, just themselves. You know what I mean? That's the only thing they'll come with, probably with a bank with themselves. Basically, they won't even have to carry a bank card or anything. And then they'll just sign there and they'll be given land to go and stay. And then they'll get furniture from Zimbabwe and everything. Like everything is going to be from Zimbabwe. They'll get the land, they'll get people from Zimbabwe who will work the land. So weird. They will then get supplies that are already in Zimbabwe, and sometimes they can import some of the supplies that they will use to work the land, and some of the supplies will come from African countries, obviously, because that will be cheaper for them. Man, what is it that these guys are going to bring? Even the knowledge that they're going to share, some of them they will Google it, some of them they'll check it on ChatGPT on how to plant new crops, how to run a business, how to run a farm. Probably some of them they don't even know how to, but because they are Europeans, then the Zimbabwean government trusts them. We need to pause there. After colonialism, after land wars, after sanctions, after economic collapse, after all the revolutionary speeches, we are back here again. Nah, history got rebooted like a Netflix series. That's what these guys are doing. It's like a reboot. Come on. We were done. We were gone past all of this. How could you bring it back? Because remember when Mugabe, what he basically said, nah, guys, this land belongs to our ancestors. But now, boom, there's land reform. Then the whole thing become a mess, chaos, economic collapse. Because that's what's going to happen. It's going to be sanctions. That's what happened when Mugabe said, we want our land back. It was like, dang. Sanctions, food shortages, the currency started behaving like monopoly money. It didn't make sense. And now, years later, many years later, the same government system is now saying, okay, guys, maybe let's calm a bit down now because it's a lot of years and Mugabe is dead. So let's just return some of the farms to Europeans. So now the streets are then again and again in Zimbabwe are divided. Some people are saying Zimbabwe is fixing the economy. Others are saying, no way. The West pressured them financially. Whereas on the other hand, others are busy shouting the land reform was necessary, but the execution was a catastrophic. But I don't wanna blame the execution of it, but the interpretation of that land reform was the one that was catastrophic because the farmers interpreted it in a very wrong manner, or they did it deliberately so, knowing that they will suffer Zimbabwe when they leave. And they did leave, Zimbabwe did suffer. Which is, for me, this is so stupid, guys. Even today, we still holding on to Europeans so that a currency of a country can still pop. Nah, fam, that doesn't make sense to me. And honestly, that conversation gets uncomfortable very fast. Very, very fast. So I don't understand why do we always find ourselves in need of the Europeans who came here and stole everything from us. We are suffering today because of them. And while Africa is fighting over land, the rest of the world is busy trying to start World War III. Imagine. Yena ubhizana farmers. There's a World War III that is knocking at our doorstep right now as we speaking, man. But when we come back, that's what we'll be talking about. US, Israel, and Iran. Yeah, the shit is real, man. Let's get to the next song.
Okay, yeah. I couldn't rap with
See, these youngins from Cape Town, son. Who pays and
Da, da,
car.
da.
ipapa
She
besitsho
prophesy.
thanda bani
She prophesy.
abashai
Thanda zam okanye ujelasai. Thanda
jelasai
ubass,
machaza ke
thanda uSean, thanda
thanda shona
bani, thanda uKhayone okanye uthanda uTobs.
thanda jobs
You not really heard, Tata prophesy. Ex-time yanthanda either wasn't bad. Ex-time yanfuna either wasn't live. Bitch, 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 drop his got a bitch. Wow. Bitch, bitch, drop his got a bitch. Ha, I really showed Jordan on my shot. What you really know about it? Oh my gosh. 2016, and they don't need now. There's a Chinatown, there's a show. Yeah. You don't play with me, oh, there's the hoe. Hey, I'm friends with Usia, nothing I. Thangantanda untombi sisahlale bhayi. Okay, X something means ngokunzima ubalisa. Oko ebebani kunzima nobalida. Okay, sure, konkonko ndithi kuwe come in bendikuthanda every day ngokusuke wami. Okay, baby try me, many girls want me. I'm on top ezulwini, never die andifi. What you mean? Unogafi, yandik. Thatha ukuthini unobase, awundifuni. Ekitchen asibheki senze iti, asikanxami. Tata prophesy. Ex-time yanthanda either wasn't God. Ex-time yanfuna either it wasn't last. Bitch, 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 drop his got a bitch. Wow. Bitch, 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 drop his got a bitch.
oh yeah man ehamba nayo bass bana yeah man ehamba nayo bass bana samamele pho buddy katoto phathela pho bani podcast fonini ke besenshilo ba xa sibuya sizothetha bana what is happening in the world right now, which is affecting everyone, every corner, every home, every person. Tanangatandi. Even if you don't even listen to the news, you don't even know Donald Trump is, but you are affected by what is happening in the world. Abanye, they don't even know where geographically is Israel or located, where Iran is located. Probably they do know where USA is. They will be saying worst, but they don't know which direction to. You know, they've done a lot of damage, and they came to give us like stupid knowledge, like education, and it is not even complete because a lot of people literally do not know directions. They wouldn't like point if you'd go outside right now with a person in OT. Point for me which direction is the USA. I'm telling you, man, they'll be pointing the north or the east or whatever. But that is very important because we must know where the this war is gonna come from. Which side is it gonna come from? I don't know, man. Not so long ago, before we talk about this American, Israel, and Iranian war, not so long ago, there were allegations or there were rumors that South Africa is uh, committing what is called genocide, is kind of like unaliving farmers and the YT people. And when Ramaphosa, I don't know, man. Trump was having this, I don't know, this routine of inviting the world leaders to his White House. So Ramaphosa was one of the people who were invited or who went to visit Trump just after Trump accepted Afrikaners who were 49 who claimed that they were victims of the genocide, right? So Ramaphosa goes there. Ramaphosa couldn't deny that, even though it is not true. The only thing he said was like, that's not true. But he couldn't convince the world that it is not true. But nonetheless, because it is obvious, not true. So he didn't have to convince the world because the whole world knows it is not true. But only Donald Trump, believed it. So Trump was very, very not pleased with that. In fact, that they are crosses that represented uh, the deaths of the people, of the YT people that have been unalived in South Africa. So after that, Mark Rubio, who was then the ambassador to South Africa, or the American ambassador to South Africa, he also messed up, said something that was ridiculously inappropriate and politically incorrect, and then he had to leave or something like that. Was told to leave. Another guy came in his place. I don't even know his name. I don't care about him because he also has the same attitude as Mark Rubio. So he also altered some stupidity or some stupid alteration or whatever alteration. He said some stupid alteration that is South Africa, whatever, whatever. No, siding with the DA and all the lies that come with the YT people. As I said earlier, white T people are the most corrupt, dishonest human beings. So now there was in our shores or in our seas, they saw Iranian navy training together with South African navy. It was a big deal. It was a huge deal. But not so long ago, like few weeks ago, American Navy was in Cape Town too doing the same thing. It was not a big deal at all. I don't know why it was a big deal when it was Iran Navy at our shores training together, make like there was a routine or whatever. Now, few months later, Americans do the same thing. It's not a big deal all of a sudden. But nonetheless, let's get back to business. So I just wanted to highlight that, like, I wanted everyone to remember that we are not friends with America, right? And even though we are friends with Iran, America is also an enemy with Iran. In fact, is at war with Iran, our friends. So an enemy of my friend is also my enemy. I think Donald Trump would play the same card too. We should be playing that card, but South Africa is always on the fence. We are always in the center of things, and we claim to be the mediator, but in this case, there's no way. And for that matter, South Africa is really needed now to intervene because the prices are going very high. They're getting high and higher and higher and higher. And no one is saying anything about this. This is affecting the economy, more especially the citizens of the world are suffering financially. And there's going to be a time whereby we are going to stand up and say this is enough because it is the world governments that are allowing Donald Trump to continue with shutting down the Strait of Hormuz, whereby everyone knows that that is the center, the economical center of the world. A lot is passes by that place. Now, if that place is shut down, the economy of the world is going to be delayed, and then that is going to cost a lot of people financially, and it's going to cost them their lives and their livelihoods. So what we might do as the people, we might say this is enough. Stand still. We don't go to work so that businesses suffer. When the businesses suffer, they will then now go and talk with the government because they sponsor the government, right? So the governments can go and talk with these two governments that are at war to stop this nonsense. In fact, to talk with Donald Trump because he's the one who's attacking in this case. So America, Israel, and Iran. Every week the tension levels up like petrol prices, which are very much worrying. And every time these countries start beefing, guess who's suffering? Us, the ordinary people, because the fuel goes up. Obviously, food will go up together with the fuel, and transport will definitely go up, and the stress is bound to go up. Each and every person is going to have stress. How are we affected? How does fuel affect food? Let me put it simple. Food is being planted in farms, and we don't live in farms, guys. We don't plant food anymore. We buy food from the malls, and the malls, food is delivered to the malls, delivered by cars or vehicles that use fuel. So if it is expensive to deliver that food, they will then have to charge more so that they can cover the fuel prices. And then when they charge more for that, where are they going to get the money from? They have to get the money from the consumer, who's the one who is the reason for the food to be delivered to the stores. So they will have to charge them. That's how you get to be charged. You are the one who's the consumer, the one who is getting the food transported to. So transport goes up, stress will definitely go up. Meanwhile, billionaires are somewhere eating steak and tweeting about global stability. And they are the ones who are not even fighting, you know what I mean? And how did they become billionaires? It's us again, the ordinary people. It's us who are supporting them. It's us who are working for them. So if we would just shut down and say, we are not going to work, like the whole world, everyone in each and every country, until the problem in the Strait of Hamas is solved, okanye the problem, the conflict between these countries is stopped, then everything can go back to normal. Otherwise, if we are acting like, okay, we gotta keep up with these prices, I'm telling you, these guys will do this deliberately just to fill their pockets, because they can even use this moment to rob us a lot of money. So I feel like we shouldn't be sitting around and complaining that, oh, these petrol prices are going up, and feel like there's nothing we can do because Donald Trump decided to attack Iran. We can stop Donald Trump together as the world. That's what I'm saying. So global stability, where exactly? There's no global stability here. And you can already see that the markets are panicking, governments are panicking, and news channels farming fear for views. That's what they're doing. They're only showing us that today America is attacked, and Trump is saying he's going to attack more. And they're not doing anything about it. Even the journalists, they are only uh, hyping all of this rather than questioning it, rather than interviewing these people who are involved and holding them accountable, bring them to their senses by asking sensible questions. And I mean, but what do? They just hype for views. They just hype for views so that they can get attraction, and their channels can get a lot of viewers and all of that nonsense. But instead of not capitalizing with this in this manner, they could have been capitalizing it with journalism, the original journalism. They should go out there, question these people. Why are you doing this? These people shouldn't be going to sleep, or shouldn't be going to any restaurant to enjoy any food when there's war between these two countries, and that war affects everyone in the world. You know what I mean? So anyone who's closer to these people should make sure that they are harassed, they're not free. Ask them questions, man. How are you feeling that the petrol prices are high and we're suffering? Here you are affording a dinner in a restaurant. You know what I mean? So the journalists also need to stand up and do something about this, as much as even the people who are also being affected, the ones who are suffering greatly, the masses, they also need, because they are the ones who move the economy. They should complain and say, we can't move, we can't afford even a taxi fare from home to work. Otherwise, we are only going to work for that, because as much as the petrol prices are going higher, the salaries and the wages are not being increased. So why are we going to sit and keep up with the rising prices? Because when the prices go high, the taxi prices are going higher, the petrol prices are going higher, food prices are going higher. The only thing we're doing is to add them, we're adding more money and taking from where, I don't know. I really don't know where these people are taking all of the money from. But they keep on leaving, even though now things have went higher than 50% in a month. Damn. This war today is not just bombs anymore. It is the economy, it is oil, it is trade, it is social media propaganda, it is information warfare. That's what they are now focusing on, rather than focusing on coming with a solution as the people who elected these monkeys who are leading us, because we are being led by monkeys. And somehow the people suffering the most are the ones who never started anything, and they are quiet again, not doing anything about it. It's so sad, it's so bad. It is really, really bad. And speaking about systems collapsing, South Africa politics said, hold my beer. Hold my beer. When we come back, we are going to look into that. What is happening in South Africa? CR7 jet story. His jet is being fixed or maintained by a company that he doesn't know. CR17. I'm gonna come back with that. Let's hear this one out.
Must be dizzy. What's your friend's name? Way too easy. Militant man. Nick Freeze. I'm in Khawu.
Here's Kinley Nish. Is it H-Chief remix yakona yamba no Nasty C?
H-Chief, she call me soldier man. I'm a vet chief. No, I'm next chief. Nigga, then I do the rest, chief. You find out what happens next, chief. Soldier cook the leave a mess, chief. Drop the Addy, then your dress, please. Couple rags on me, she like bless me. Hit the gym, now my pockets flexing. SAP is coming like a rest game. He the next big thing. Nigga, I don't know a thing. My chopper like Brennan made that bitch sing. I need a bad bitch like 6 sling. I walk in the club, it's bling, bling, bling. I walk in the club, it's oh my god. Your soldier done, no Taliban. I came out of Ramburg, now I'm fire. Now I'm in a big truck, not a car. Whole gang. Must be dizzy. What's your friend's name? What's your militant man? Nick Freeze. I'm in Gauteng. Got the kid teeth. Then put on the hang. Call it mommies love it when I lay. I said bleed, babe, I'm tryna hang. H-Chief, she call me soldier man.
Except, what's the life? Scave, your wife. Come here, let me hit it thrice. All pussy got a price. I got some haters that love me. It comes with the territory of these heights. They gon' try to talk shit when it doesn't work. They gon' follow spice, giving no fucks, taking no advice. Niggas all balk, promise I'ma bite. Hennessy inside, that's my kind of night. Thinking like a slave, I don't test the white. I got all the wave, I got all the hype. Ain't a single person that I gotta like. Fuck everybody, I don't got a type. Fuck going therapy, I got a mic. Stick it to him, give it to him, kick it to him. Almost call my ex, that was Drake influence. Drank a lot, I can feel the liquor brewing. It is hard to walk, and my vision ruined. She just did a lot of eating without chewing. She gon' let me choke her. I know what I'm doing, bitch. They all look the same, I can't tell which one's which.
Mommy tryna touch the whole gang. Must be dizzy. What's your friend's name? What's your militant man? Nick Freeze. I'm in Gauteng. Got the kid teeth. Then put on the hang. Call it mommies love it when I lay. I said bleed, babe, I'm tryna hang. H-Chief, she call me soldier man. Must be dizzy. Yeah, must be tripping. It's the money got me feeling different. Really went from soldier to lieutenant. How I did it, I don't even get it. I ain't even finished, not an image polish. Bitches bouncing on me, I'm hydraulic. Like my mommy's mix, I add the tonic. Shorty like the way I spit it phonics. Shorty like the way I'm feeling on it. Beat a beat and put my niggas on it. Fuck my bitch the way I'm spitting on it. Soldier running shit, I feel like Sonic. Boy, that's not a hit if I'm not on it. AI flow, I feel like I'm bionic. AI flow, I feel like I'm robotic. This that flow that could fuck up your sonics. Mommy tryna touch the whole gang. Must be dizzy. What's your friend's name? What's your militant man? Nick Freeze. I'm in Gauteng. Got the kid teeth. Then put on the hang. Call it mommies love it when I lay. I said bleed, babe, I'm tryna hang. H-Chief, she call me soldier man. Mommy tryna touch the whole gang. Must be dizzy. What's your friend's name? What's your militant man? Nick Freeze. I'm in Gauteng. Got the kid teeth. Then put on the hang. Call it mommies love it when I lay. I said bleed, babe, I'm tryna hang. H-Chief, she call me soldier man. Must be dizzy.
Black noise. Black noise.
Like chicken pops, hot and crispy then. Sauce on top, tasting risky then. mo don't tell see no mo don't tell see no mo don't come see no mo don't tell see no mo don't tell Pops, Pops, we don't stop. Best in Kasi #1 spot. See no more don't tell. See no more don't tell.
Oh yes, still listening to Bunny Cafe, Lonango Bunny Kandondo. Otete nawe apha mfundini.
See no more don't tell. Chicken pops, hot and crispy gang. Sauce on top, tasting risky gang. Sweet or hot, yeah, choose your vibe. Bunny Cafe, come take a bite. Pops, Pops, we don't stop. Best in class, #1 spot. 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 Best in class.
Oh yeah, based in Kasi #1 sport, that is Bunny Cafe, Panaga NU10. Mtandane is a crossroads. Yes, if you want to order or place an order, 079-6245-838. Repeat 079-6245-838. Fumaneka Parrot breakfast from Monday to Friday at $30 only, which is when go from get 10 rand Kaleni. Fumana Pona chicken pops and get 18 rand. Sometimes they are hot, sometimes they are mild, sometimes they are sour. Come about when now, which taste do you prefer? Tini taste buds Zako. What talks to your palate? Now is it the time for our third topic of the day, because today we've covered quite some topics. Yeah man, we did talk about the global hits, yes, power air problems, talked about Zimbabwe farmers being returned to Zimbabwe, and also US, Israel and Iranian war and its effects to the nation and other people in the world and economically worldwide. Now let us look into local news. CR17 jet story. So now you telling me a whole president or presidential jet was allegedly maintained by a company that apparently does not even exist? What are you talking about? Nah, that sentence alone sounds AI generated. Let me say it again. Presidential jet was allegedly maintained by a company that apparently does not even exist. A ghost company maintaining a presidential aircraft. Yes, it can only happen in South Africa, guys. This is a presidential jet, not somebody's Corolla from Facebook Marketplace. Get me right. And somehow this passed through the government system. They don't know anything about this. It's so like Ramaphosa. It is so like Ramaphosa. You know, when I was watching some Kenneth Manyatili's show, they had he was with CD or something, but the lady who just passed on last year, may her soul rest in peace. Now they are having Ramaphosa asking him about what? Him saying that he wanted to resign and stuff. Yo, Ramaphosa, like, what? Who are my friends? They give the names of the friends. Ramaphosa like, I've never heard of anything like that. So it is so like Ramaphosa when it comes to his he always like saying, what? I never heard anything about that. He like excluding himself. He's a pathetic liar. I'm sorry to say that, but he's my president, though. But he is a liar, like any other political people, like politicians. They're all like that. They're the same. They are the same. Tell me, how can the presidential jet be maintained by a company that nobody knows about? Then who approved it? Who signed it? Who got it paid? And where the money was sent? How much is it that is being set aside for this? And there is money that is being transferred. How can you tell me that the company does not exist, but the money is being sent to a bank account? How can a bank account belong to nobody? Because every year there's always a maintenance budget somewhere for that presidential jet. And honestly, South Africa has mastered one thing: looking expensive on paper while everything is failing apart, or is falling apart in real life. You know, police cars are broken. When you go to the police station right now, lay a charge, and then probably report that there's someone is killing someone, or someone is doing something to somebody, they will tell you that we can't come and fetch the person because we do not have cars. We just ran out of cars. They are broken. Most of them, they are there parked without wheels in the police station. Why do we even have asset that is not working in the police station? Is the police station a scrap yard? See, that's what they do. They treat the police station like a scrap yard. Why are we even having cars without wheels in the police station? We should, like, it's there in the public's eye. But sometimes, just like what I said in the past topic that we talk about, the oil and stuff increasing, and us as citizens, as the people who appointed or elected these people into power, we are the same people who are allowing them to treat us like this because we're not doing anything about it. Like, we're not doing anything, we're doing nothing about it. Just like now, we don't hold these people accountable when we see them misusing a police car. We don't say this is our tax money, you can't be using it the way you're using it. And when you find it without a wheel in a police station, we should be asking the police station commander or the manager there, why are we having assets that are broken here? Is this a scrap yard? Why aren't they taken to maintenance? Isn't there any maintenance budget? We do not do these things as citizens. We do not hold the government officials accountable for whatever they're doing, but they are serving us. You know what I mean? Because if you go to any store right now and you get a poor service from a teller or whoever from that store, you are definitely going to look for a manager and hold a manager accountable. And you may even want to sue the company itself. Why don't we do that to government officials? Because hospitals are struggling, roads fighting for survival. There are potholes everywhere. Now we are talking about a presidential jet that is being maintained by a ghost company. No, man. If incompetence was an Olympic game in this case, South Africa would bring gold home every year. More especially when it comes to these things, more especially in the governance of Ramaphosa, because they always don't know anything about anything, and they should be the ones who know, because we elected them, we gave them resources. You know what I mean? And while the government departments are busy spolling side quests here, social media is also in court. In the past week, Musa versus Malema. Malema has been in and out of courts for the gunshot, the shooting of a gun in a rally, whereby he was happy. He was not even shooting it to hurt anyone. They didn't even look into that. But nonetheless, he got his sentence. He was sentenced to 5 years, and then he's also appealing that. He's saying he's going to appeal it up to the High Court or the Constitutional Court or something. So now Musa has been ordered to apologize to Julius Malema or potentially face jail time. And honestly, social media people forget one thing: tweets feel free until lawyers enter the chat. because now the courts are involved. And what makes this situation interesting is how people online are comparing legal situations involving public figures and noticing something, that sometimes the law says comply with these conditions or face consequences, while the person still continues moving around freely in public. We know what Musa is capable of, and we know he's been in and out of jail because of the same thing. And suddenly everybody becomes a legal analysis on Twitter. Now they know what the legalities or they know the legalese now. Now the streets are debating, where does the free speech end? Where does accountability start? And how far can online commentary go before it becomes dangerous? Because social media these days, and people don't even wait for facts anymore. They just wake up and start cooking because they want traction, they want views, they want trend, they want to trend, they want to go viral. But but let us now forget politics for 1 second. Let us now turn our minds to the internet, because the internet itself is becoming a simulation, if you have noticed. Meanwhile, in the streets, AI is making music now, and that's the music I've been playing you. The Bunny Cafe music is being made by AI. TikTok relationships are collapsing publicly every hour. Everybody is suddenly a life coach online, and everybody is suddenly a financial advisor. Everyone is suddenly spiritual awakened, and after one podcast episode, they already spiritual leaders. Nah, I don't buy it. The internet is cooking us slowly. One viral clip and your entire career is finished. You must know this. So be careful. Be very, very much careful. One screenshot and your relationship enters the group chat permanently. You know, today it's not easy, man. It's not easy. Everything's so public, and then even if you want to make things public, you can't. And somehow people still overshare online like the internet forgets things. It doesn't. There's someone who was chased out of parliament who couldn't get a job in parliament, but his party appointed him. And then the public was like, oh, wait, 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 wait. It's him. Look, let's go back to his life in 2010. What did he tweet? Oh, he tweeted this about black people. Therefore, he doesn't deserve to be in the parliament. They chased him out. You go search that for yourself. I don't want to say names here. So the streets are not safe anymore digitally. That's what I wanted to tell you. As we are closing right now, yes, we've come to an end of it. But before we do that, I will play some music and play some AI music, and then we'll be done. Right? We will be done after that. And after all the politics, all the scandals, all the corruption, all the online noise, ordinary people still have to survive tomorrow morning. You still need money, you still need discipline, you still need peace, and you still need purpose. Because honestly, protecting your mind in 2026 is becoming a full time job. Mental health is becoming very, very serious. Don't let the chaos online become the chaos inside your life. Touch grass sometimes. Drink water. Protect your peers. Build something real offline too, man. You can do that. Because the internet will always find a new scandal tomorrow. But for now, asifina. Sivenlanzi ingoma pana. Ulundi ama stigma kasana esithi mandoza. Mlilo macala. What is this? Sifina, because I have never heard of this song.
Keep my resources. I can't taste your style is sourceless. I
Think I forgot to remember I was rocking the game from Jan to December. This verses like
Okay. I need to start it afresh.
Tell my charge by the letter.
Ako. What's up?
I pull up with the dark shades on, my doors. The ops here fine, you awesome. I won't say why, they force it. Niggas wanna bold their name, so they speak on mine, but I let shit slide, endorse it. She said she mine, they lost me. You can't keep my resources. I can't taste your style, it's sourceless. I think I forgot to remember I was rocking the game from Jan to December. This verse is like writing a letter concerning whoever. Tell him I charge by the letter. I'm dropping no matter the weather. I'm praying, I'm pleading, repenting, I'm murdering, beating, and crazy to heaven. Beating that kaba, tani kwaba, number 11, unema. Takes $1, watch you monster. Who hesitate? These niggas are sounding the same like lemon and lime, cause in our favor. No be suchetha kakhulu is so complicated. PE upon sugar corner, asikali boy, iti be. I eat beats for a living, uzungali bali boy, iti be. Teni ngatufuna speeda ngakhawulezela mna ndinguvula indlela mna futhi sibana sadelela gerezela ispan funa imali trying to stack a million more than 5 busting out the racks 45 yeah I ain't even turned 25 yeah. How I eat a beat you know I love my veggies I can never push them to the side praise the chicken till the day I die keep my ride or die I pull up with the dog shades on my doors the ops here fine, you awesome. I won't say why, they force it. Niggas wanna bold their name, so they speak on mine, but I let shit slide, endorse it. She said she mine, they lost me. You can't keep my resources. I can't taste your style, it's yours.
English and I beg with internet, covered, but she early evidence. Ketano Mongamed, president, in short and get parliament. Sticks for the government, for Bakalaba Kangeli resident. My poop on the veggie, town and chances on Tangeli body. I'm going happy, where's the space we don't have the gravity. Good one is stealing it. The cheese, I'm stealing it. Makuma Maganami, Nerumi, Nikos to Halloween. Nika hidden me tripping like paraffin. Last seen on a level you've never been. Can't be good 10 gooses busy in come can't touch the telephone ding. Stress about the bandits. Now baby can't din. Yabu say clean, go bingo mazago sugar dustbin. How have you been? Now you go ping till Zamuzendes as a look shit.
I pull up with the dark shades on, my doors. The ops here fine, you awesome. I won't say why, they force it. Niggas wanna bold their name, so they speak on mine, but I let shit slide, endorse it. She said she mine, they lost me. You can't keep my resources. I can't taste your style, it's sourceless.
Yeah, I feel when daily Lord. Every time a nigga raps, you know I'm about to bless you. I think I'm bubble get bumped. You know what? Keep it intelligent. If you don't catch it, the process of traveling on. Kasi bakala ngolans, bati flowing mas, bakwenen bafageli slot. Solo behind with the fire, he told me on fire. I told him I'm deal on my gala. I heard him singing my song, Bajele and Zanguzo Gala. One day with me, my creator, believe me, on Zanguzo Gala. I'm an Ejambuli Kala, I put up with 6 Makazana. Push me soon, I can never lose when I'm with
one of these who can bang and no bagna shoot out so that the carnage. Fulelum Yangos in as a galas, Yaleba is a dollar the bar. Westers in one as in now on line. Namanan is in Rolla Papanti, too many short as the Teshuan a month. Catchers in one as is Charlie make it. Telaman to Molaga Gold. She's a low Lizus of Osuma Gold. Nemutata, Kutetanes Gold, La Wazutimu, Putaba Gold. Magland and Pokal Pelelusu, the Bane Pokal Zamba. So, won't be local for my net code to Pambano 8 to tell him.
I feel when daily Lord. Every time a nigga raps, you know I'm about to bless you. I think I'm bubble get bumped. You know what? Keep it intelligent. If you don't catch it, the process of traveling on. Kasi bakala ngolans, bati flowing mas, bakwenen bafageli slot. Solo behind with the fire, he told me on fire. I told him I'm deal on my gala. I heard him singing my song, Bajele and Zanguzo Gala. One day with me, my creator, believe me, on Zanguzo Gala. I'm an Ejambuli Kala, I put up with 6 Makazana. Push me sus, I can never lose when I'm with the blues. Legally begi wezi funu bezeli bele. Zatanu fusa no balele. Tetan manene ni nantanu tula patmele ni tete twaka trust my mele. Zangi nangochi beating kalan kabani mutu ngatinga kalu tumbelele. I eat a beat, you know it's he release and hit the street repeatedly. See me like a legend. Haters talk a lot, I talk with a pen, but I'm not dependent on a pen. I guess it depends. Just know I'm in it for the win, and if I'm not in it, it's lit. I kid, I joke, but the flow is so cold, man, it's no joke. I'm a pro, but yo, Landy broke, and will you ever go slow? And really, Lord, every time a nigga raps, you know I'm about to blast you. I think I'm gonna keep on. You know what? Keep it intelligent. If you don't catch it, it passes up traveling on. Kasi ba kalang ulan, spati flowing mas, patinin ba fagally slot. Solo behind with the fire, he threw me on fire. I told him umlilo matala. I heard him singing my song, but really I'm sang one day you meet my creator, believe me, anzangu zodala. I'm an ejambuli kala, I put up with sticks, my kazana. Push me sus, I can never lose when I'm with the blues. When I'm with the blues.
Best in casino.
Bonnie Cafe, let's go. Wings and chips, hot and crisp, fried don't miss.
Oh yeah, we have come to an end of the show.